States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you, sir. Melissa, you are up.
Okay. All right, guys. So I've been working on what they call an APRID plan, which is an active routes to everyday destinations plan. So in regard to our agency, this is something that we do with every municipality we work with. And this is just pretty much our action plan for what we're going to do while we're trying to get your guys' complete streets. No, sorry, you're not doing complete streets. You're doing safe routes to everyday destination policy. So the reason I am here today is because it's kind of aggressive in the fact that we're running up close on our deadline due to all funds having to be spent by May. So I'm hoping that.
So is that allocated by May, or is that project
completed?
Oh boy.
Yeah. I think you guys all got the APRID plan, right? Active friendly routes on top. It says.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many different pages in there. So I'm hoping that you guys can start setting up quotes and figure out who your contractors are going to be and see who's got the availability to have the project completed by the end of May, because it has to be done by the end of May. There's no other cutoff date for that. So this is why I'm here today, because it's beginning to get so close to March already, and we've really got to get moving on what we're doing. I have been working on the Safe Routes to Everyday Destinations policy, and I didn't know if there would be any volunteers who may want to try to collaborate with me to assist me with it, because it would kind of be nice to know a little bit more of your guys' viewpoints from your village, exactly what you want to see in your policy. Seems how this is going to be your guys' policy. So I don't know if somebody would like to partner with me. I've been working on it, but I would like a little help.
Yeah.
So if there's any volunteers who can jump in.
I gotta reach out to you more. I do.
Okay.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna work with you.
Okay, great.
What is it that you actually want to know, like what we're looking for? Like we were talking about bike racks.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking at the library, down in the village,
Yes.
and one at the park. And I also have a meeting on March, I believe it's March 6th, if I remember correctly, I can't remember.
Sounds familiar.
With the Lions Club to see if they would also help with this. They are interested
That's amazing.
in helping us too.
Okay. Yeah, so that'll be the next phase. So right now we're working on the crosswalks, and that'll improve walkability, but working on the biking aspect of it, that made me very excited. You guys are going to be like the first community I've ever worked with that's shown an interest in this. I've had a lot of hard time getting other people, other communities to find the value in it. So I'm really, really happy to be working with you guys on this. But that would be something we can do next year's funding that's available. We can work on the biking aspect of the policy that you guys want to work on. So yes.
Okay.
What did you say our cutoff was again? Cutoff date?
May.
Completion date?
It has to be done by the end of May. There is no
leeway.
No leeway after that. The state will not refund anything after that.
Okay.
So we need to gather some quotes. You guys decide who you want to work with, and make sure whoever you pick is able to complete the work by the end of May. So I don't know if people's schedules are filling up, but and if you guys need some help, I do have one agency that I have worked with in another community that might, if you need some names. But maybe you guys know people who do that type of work as well. So
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Missy will be in touch with you.
Yeah.
And we'll gather the quotes, and then we'll get them to you, and we'll do our due diligence to get these completed by May.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds awesome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you get your assessments done?
Oh, you're
these
not
three.
talking to me. I did my assessment.
I don't have time.
She didn't know there'd be homework.
It's quite lengthy.
Oh, is it quite lengthy?
It's 2 pages.
Oh, 2 whole pages.
I'm just kidding.
You got
You
a
got it, Pat?
No, I don't.
Account number 16110, waive the sewer damage. We had on this account, they had a water line exploded in their house, filled their basement, and it's a waiver to not have the sewer charge, which I think is fitting at this point because we know we're on the water line.
Right.
Had a window blow out of the basement and froze the line, and well, we know what happens after that.
So they're not coming in tonight? I can be able to make it?
No, I said they were okay not to.
Okay.
So we would just discuss it just because we know the
Yep,
particulars of the situation.
yep, that's fine. Okay, I make a motion to waive the sewer bill for account, well, the portion $119.46 to account 16110.
I second that.
Any further discussion on favor?
Aye.
Okay, Ryan.
In regards to January calls, we ran 23 calls in January. Made 18. Assistant Chief Lasher made 0. Assistant Chief Gillett made 1. Assistant Chief Middleton made 6. Assistant Chief Ferber made 12. We had 3 structure fires last month, 3 car accidents, 4 alarms, 4 hazardous conditions, 4 EMS calls, 1 good intent. Went mutual aid 3 times. Twice to Clyde, once to Fairhaven, once to Red Creek. Call hours for last month, 292 hours on fire calls, 70 hours in meetings, and 36 hours in trainings. Discussion points, I have the quote that I gave to the mayor and all the trustees. I can go over the quote if you'd like me to. I had spoken to, I only had 1 quote to the mayor. I made a few phone calls to some other reps and it seemed that MES was going to be the cheapest.
And we have to have all that.
This is quote for through MES for equipment. There's a variety of different things.
For purchase equipment?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Well, actually purchase and replace.
Purchase and replace.
But
That's
it wasn't
correct.
like your inspections or anything like that?
No, so.
There are some replacement things on here. I can go over the quote quick if you'd like me to. Looking at 20 CO detectors that the guys will carry, just another line of protection for themselves. We go into the smells and bells called the unknowns. It's just one more line of safety for them. It's a 2-year one-time use. So once you activate the CO alarm, it's good for 2 years. 1 fire coat, 3 pairs of boots. We had issues with the rubber boots getting cold and freezing. When the guys would walk in it, they would rip. It's happened to 2 pairs so far. A thermal imaging camera, the one that we had on the rescue truck is obsolete. It's no longer working. We'd like to replace that. And that comes with the truck charger and the lanyard with the clasp. For our high-rise packs, these are straps. The hydrant bag was something that we kind of overlooked when we put 2 together. A couple adapters, one for the hydrant gate from the hydrant 4.5 to the 5-inch stores. And the adapter for the back of the ladder truck for the pipeway. And a new vent saw. The current vent saw we have is approximately 20 years old, and we're looking to replace that. The grand total on the quote is $14,277.29.
I think everything on there is appropriate. We just need a motion for that as long as you all are good with that.
Make a motion to approve quote QT 1908654 for MES, a total of $14,277.29.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion on favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had spoken to the mayor in regards to the insurance renewal. There's a couple optional packages for additional coverage. We spoke on that. We don't believe any of them that were quoted to us are appropriate at this time. So I will get this back to them and we'll get the renewals sent to us for the 2025 insurance renewals. I'd spoken previously to the mayor. He was at the fire. We had problems with our ladder truck. We believe there's a electrical issue somewhere between the front and the back of the truck, I guess, if you will. It was stuttering going into high idle. I do have a call into Twine Fire Equipment, which we purchased from 1932 through. They're going to try to get a technician down and take a look at it. And the air pack flow testing, which I already have the PO through and the board approved last month, happens tomorrow. They did approve the $2,000, so if it happens to go over, if there's issues with the air packs, I'll report that to the mayor. Other than that, that's all that I have.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Highway's not here, but nice job to all those guys keeping up with the streets during all the snow we've had. Just kind of an update to give everybody you've seen on the news there with the salt shortage and that. Thankfully for us, the orders we've had, if we ordered 100 ton, we might have got half of that, but they've been pretty good at making it back up. So, we've been able to keep our program pretty on pace, unlike some of the other municipalities you hear about. So, other than that, today they were out clearing hydrants. So I think they got the majority of all those taken care of. And I believe they'll, one of these days this week, they'll get back and get the ice skating rink cleared off. Because it's full.
Sure.
So we'll get to that. But like I said, nice job to those guys for keeping up and keeping all the roads cleared. Tommy, he's also absent at this point in time. We've got some projects going down to the sewer plant right now. We've got some new optic sensors in one of the wet wells we're trying out that we changed. That seems to be working pretty well. Basically what we had happen is at some points we have another business within the village that dumps a mass amount of water at one time and it overloads the wet well, which then triggers the sensor for a call in thinking that the pumps can't keep up. So we went to a different style, and that seems to be working pretty well. So we'll see that. And we had number 2 pump was down. That's back in service, up and running, so everything's good there. And then Ed is sick. So.
Just the pump they put the bearings in?
Well, yes, we put the bearings in. Pump was pulled out, set out, put the new pump back in, and the pump failed. They had damaged one of the seals on installation, and they covered it, being repaired the second time.
Like 6 inch or something?
Something like that, yeah. But we keep the seals in stock just in case, but when they installed it, they damaged it. So they had to come back out, but thankfully we have an alarming system there, so when it's not pulling, we know.
Yeah.
And the system did what it was supposed to. It told us that it was not functioning, and
Like they last longer than 3 or 4 years, so.
yeah, well, I got to tell you, it's that. I know it's the sewer plant, and there's a lot of stuff that comes in there.
Really?
But some of the stuff is quite odd. Swimsuits, pants, soccer balls. And then, we had one that there was a bathing suit that wiped out the seal on one of the pumps. It got on the upper side of the impeller and just got packed up inside there and ate the seal right out of it. But how this gets, either they're pulling a manhole cover and dumping it in there, because I got to tell you what, I'd like to see these badass toilets that can flush some of the stuff that's going, because it's we have the grinder where the intake is. So it will grind certain things up, but others it won't.
Yeah.
But again, sometimes you gotta laugh because you're like, how in the world is this making all this weight?
We used to deal with that at the jail, inmates flushing sheets and things like that.
Yeah.
Plugging her in.
And we found that it's because what it's called when it gets on that pump, a mop head is what happens. And but it's amazing of the material, how that gets wound up on that shaft and just raises hell with them. But so we cycle the 3 pumps, so one's not running continuously to cycle the hours on them. So fortunately, when that went down, we ended up switching over to the EQ tank and filling that. So we didn't have to have anything running down there to that point in time. Everything would just get pumped to the tank. So that's what's been going on there. and Ed's had a couple digs. We had a water line up on Draper that was busted, and then we had one up at Pete Sturpey's that they accidentally cut through yesterday. They had to do that dig. Like I said, they were cleaning Heider's house today, so they're keeping up with everything. And carrying on.
Little salt on the other mile. Guy stopped truck there was down.
Okay, good. So we got another load of salt coming, which is good. Just need motion for the January monthly code report.
Make a motion to accept January 2025 code enforcement monthly report.
Second.
Any further discussion, all in favor? Marcia, our court clerk, is resigning. She has moving to another court, right?
Here.
So it's just per our conversation on January 23rd, 2025, I accept the position at the Huron Town Court. I know we discussed me staying on with no set hours to prevent issues with the court paperwork backlog, and I am unable to continue to do this. Therefore, my last day at Wolcott Village Court will be February 28th, 2025. Thank you for allowing me for the opportunity to work in the Village of Wolcott Court. Marcia. Need to accept that resignation. A motion for that.
Make a motion to accept Marcia Regan's resignation effective February 28th, 2025.
A second, that.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
And I need a motion to approve our Eastern Shore insurance policy at the amount of $63,826.34.
Motion.
Second.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Need a motion for the January 2025 Treasurer's Report and financials.
Make that motion.
Motion. A second.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Approve placement of employee-only notices. That was interesting reading, Fran.
Did you find it interesting?
It was interesting. I understand it, but it was, that was interesting. So I get it, we can comply with that.
Need a motion for that?
Yep.
Make a motion.
Second.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Need a motion for, February 10th, 2025 budget workshop meeting minutes.
Motion.
A second that.
Any further discussion, all in favor? And I need a motion for February 11th, 2025 regular meeting.
Motion.
Second that.
Any further discussion, all in favor? Then I need a motion for 2025-7 A fund budget adjustment.
Make a motion, 2025-7 A fund budget state adjustment.
Second.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
And we got a facility use request, May 17th. First Baptist Church, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a walkathon.
Make a motion to approve facility use request for May 17th for the Baptist Church.
Second.
That.
Any further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I have nothing at this time. Well, I shouldn't say that. Just so everybody's aware that we have, we're still working with the water grant. A lot of irons in the fire with that. Engineers are keeping up to pace with everything. We've got some other testing that we're also doing down to the sewer plant for some more efficiency on the bioxide system. Try to limit the cost on that. So we've got a few things going on in the work of that project. So more to follow with all that, but working on a couple different things at this point. Along with that, with budget and a multitude of other things, everybody's pretty busy. Misty, you got anything for the group?
Nope, not this time.
Marshall?
No, I was hoping Ed was here because I wanted to
He's
ask
sick.
him. I wanted to ask him about fire hydrants. We have some fire hydrants that are, I'm sure, are a lot better than other ones. I wonder if we should, the fire department should know. Do you know which ones are the best ones to get? If we, if we had we got to get water.
Whether it was done through past practice, I mean, as far as like, we've hit a hydrant for a fire, okay, yeah, we know this one's good kind of thing. You're talking to some of the other guys that know the hydrant system better than others. But as far as like a good layout map of what hydrants perform better than others, I don't think we have a map for something like that. If that's something that we could come up with.
We have one.
Okay.
And when we did one of the grants with CPL, they had to do a flow test through the village. So they had each water main with hydrants mapped out on flow capacity and what they use. However, the issue is like it all depends where the fire is.
Yeah.
You're not going to lay in 10,000 feet of hose
Right.
To get to a better hydrant when you can get a different source.
Yeah.
But I can we can look that up and get it to you guys if you like it.
Especially when they're even if we're running a tanker brigade, it's good to know, what hydrants.
Well, there's really two here, either fire hall or up by wet tank. That's our most common.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, we're gonna change that dry hydrant at the pond.
Okay.
Can we paint the fire hydrants this spring?
All that's on the list to do.
Awesome.
The good thing to do
When do you
with that.
start?
Outside, I can do Saturday.
The good thing to do with that is if you get the map, you could color code them.
That's a
green,
great idea.
green being the best. Yellow being it's okay, and put a black cap on it if it's not that good. I know there's a lot of there's some cities that do that. There's some other towns that do that. That if you pull up, there's a green hydrant in front of you, but there's yellow one behind you. Hit the green one. Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I would leave you guys to.
What's it?
I wondered why they did that.
Yeah.
I would probably leave that for you guys to discuss with Ed on the color coding and
Mm-hmm.
keeping all that
That's a good
straight. Because
idea.
right now
I
they're
like that
just
idea.
silver and red.
You might put that map on the fire department website.
Yes.
We could. I mean, it's really only going to benefit them. They're not going to be looking at the website heading to a fire.
The good thing is on bricks. I'm sure you've probably seen it though. It shows the
Yeah, where the
map right
hydrants
on
are.
it. Yeah. Or it shows the hydrants right on
Yeah, but yeah, we have it. It was pretty interesting. What they can flow and
Mhm.
that's why in that one grant we were trying to finish. We wanted to loop Leavenworth and then cold storage and then at that point in time Reckitt and Benkaiser, so everybody was on a loop there instead of a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was going to loop off of Washington down through there, so just better flow. But the grant wasn't big enough.
I think Ed's got maps on them. I thought maybe he could explain it, I even thought about see if he wanted to come down to the fire department and explain it to him some night, so we'll work on that later. That's all I got.
Okay, Daniel,
Nothing at this time?
Dave,
I'm all set.
all right, Eva,
I'm glad.
Jack,
Good.
Ryan.
All set.
Water bills are coming out soon. When?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh, no, not
Okay.
again.
Not again. That vicious
Yeah,
circle.
only 4 times a year. This is brutal. Just brutal. Okay. Fran, anything?
No, just been working on some grants and budget.
Yes. Fran submitted the cybersecurity grant.
And I'm working on one for records management for inventory.
Yeah.
That was there.
Trade you.
I might do that. Be careful what you wish for.
Okay. So.
Thank you for all you guys. You guys are doing a great job.
Nobody has anything else? We're all set.
All right. June 7:23.
I'll talk to that.
Awesome. Cookies.
Who seconded it?
David.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Ryan, do you need a
Yes.